Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the Diva warrior class Mercenary. This video will cover the most important facts about the class. We're talking about weapons, skills, buff sets, pets, skill cards, stones, boss cards, buff pads, awakenings, and pet potions. As always, class guides are a lot about personal preference, so there may be many other opinions beside the one in this video. The Mercenary is the progression of the Holy Warrior and the Soldier. The class has a high physical damage and an okay defense. With their 3 immortality skills and a high damage, mercenaries are very welcome in dungeon parties. The class is also good for beginners as it is very forgiving compared to some other classes and can be played okay without endgame gear. The most important skills of a mercenary are his 2 toggles. He also has some self buffs. The skills Wild Stream and Double Strike are responsible for the damage. The mercenary also has an offense breaker and a defense breaker, however these are rather a bad joke. The restraint skill on the other hand is much more important because as long as it affects the opponent, the damage of all skills is increased. To pull mobs you use the skill Hate Aura. If we talk about the weapons a mercenary uses, there are several that come into question here. The main weapon can be a 2-hand spear or 2 one-hand swords. I personally prefer to use the spear. The swords are used when I need heals, so I often swap weapons during the fights with mobs. For PvE a shield can also be interesting, as well for PvP, because this shield can activate 2 more immortality skills. If you play PvP then get a 2-hand mace in any case. With this you have another 7 seconds stun. In your belt belong the following pets. 1 time a stage 4 Mino, 2 times a stage 3 Mino, 1 time a Reviac boss card, 1 time a P Hector boss card, and depending on the situation you can add 2 times a Nightmare, 2 times a Unicorn or 2 times a Koala. The last boss card can be Mephisto, Soul of Lunacy, Obsidica or Primal Scream cards. Also you should have a Bukake card to get the higher grace level. Buff pads are very important in Rappelz. For example, you need a Death Tyrant for higher skill levels, a stage 4 level 200 Gnoll for minus 50% damage, and a soul pad which can buff you additional evasion and a heal. For potions I prefer to use the Blood Slaughterer, but you can also use the Wind Pixie or other cards. To give you an overview about the needed equipment, you can see my current equipment here. Of course there is still a need for optimization. Besides a minimum plus 24 helmet, you should have a maximum armor with 11 crit power, 4 slots for stones and a HP buff. Gloves and shoes should have 3 slots. The gloves should have 11 crit power at best. The 2-hand spear needs 6% P attack and plus 50 critical power and as much accuracy as you can get. Similar principle applies to the 1-hand swords. 4% and 3% as well as 30 critical power and a lot of accuracy are advantages. Awakening should go for critical power, strength and vitality. You can also add awakenings to the weapons. In the best case we increase vitality, strength, P attack or accuracy. Evasion can also be good, but I'm personally less interested in that. All the equipment should be equipped with strength and crit power stones. When it comes to pets, a mercenary has a lot of opportunities to choose from. Then the better his equipment is, the less he depends on the pet. Most mercenaries use a pixie or blood slaughterer, and this is the solution I go for. I take the blood slaughterer just for his unity to increase my vitality and strength, and running around with the pixie when I need heals.